Thank you all for joining us. As you know, we'll be talking or kind of addressing students at Withrow High School, especially those that are looking to apply to college right now. So could each of you introduce yourself with your name, your position, and just like a sentence about what you do?
Okay, I'll go first. My name is Sarah Legacy. I am in admissions currently at Cincinnati State. My background has been in higher ed for the last 15, 20 years, first at UC, then here at Cincinnati State. Right now, what I do is recruit and represent Cincinnati State, recruit students from all areas. And I say from all areas because my second role is as the designated school official for immigration. So helping students that are F1 and M1 students and helping them get in and get settled here at Cincinnati State.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I am Destiny Howard. I am a financial aid advisor at Cincinnati State. I have been in this position for 16 or 17 years, lost count. My job is to assist students with financing their college education. I also deal a lot with students who have citizenship issues, and state grants and internal grant opportunities.
Great, thank you. And Tammy?
I am Tammy Larkins, and I am a college recruiter.
Great. Thank you guys again for joining us today. I have a couple questions for you guys. If you feel like you can answer it, go ahead. So it could be all of you or just one of you. What are some things you look for in a college application from the admissions standpoint?
Sarah, if you want me to take the easier ones and you take the hard ones.
Okay.
So as far as what we look for at Cincinnati State in an application is to complete the application. Very simple with us. You apply at cincinnatistate.edu and send us your transcripts. Upon that, you are admitted into our fine institution and our Cincinnati State family.
Great. And then how
Can I jump in with that also just to add to what Tammy said, if that's okay, Noor?
Yeah, of course, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I would also say that at Cincinnati State, at the beginning stages, we treat the student like a customer. We do not make them go through hoops. And in my opinion, having been at the 4 years, the whole like get us a recommendation letters, get us an essay, write an essay, submit a fee, none of that coming through. Because we treat just as if you are going to Kroger and they wanted you to write an essay to buy that gallon of milk. We don't do that. They don't do that. We don't do that. So it's pretty easy. Wouldn't you say? I mean, Tammy,
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah, that's amazing. It definitely makes Cincinnati State an easier option than most other colleges.
Absolutely.
It gives students a fresh start. So if they're, and I tell people whether you're underachieving or overachieving or somewhere in the middle, Cincinnati State has a place for you. So if you happen to be an underachieving student and your GPA wasn't as high as you would like for it to be, we welcome you with open arms. We have the resources to get you where you need to be. So yeah, we're very proud of that.
That's amazing. Could you speak a little about the in-state and out-of-state fees and how students can look for financial aid and scholarships to help pay that?
That's me now. Okay. So in-state tuition is $168.64 per credit hour. So something different about us that, if I recall correctly from my time at Xavier, woohoo, we continue to charge per credit hour that the student registers. So even if you hit 12 credit hours and, I think Xavier would just have a full-time fee, and then anything above that is just part of that. But we continue. So if you're 12, 13, 14, 15, we still charge per credit hour. That's a major difference. I've heard that question a bit. Out of state is double the in-state rate. So you would double that $168.64 for out of state. And it does take 1 year for a student to be declared in-state, and they have to do a whole application with the registrar office to prove in-state tuition. So Keep that in mind if you haven't been here at least a year. But if you have, you might want to keep that stuff handy. Like if you filed taxes in the state of Ohio, if you have proof of residency as far as like an apartment lease or something of that nature, driver's license, they're going to ask for those things if you have a residency challenge.
Being from a Cincinnati public school, as long as a family is federally Pell eligible, they will automatically receive the Be Great Grant, which is a grant specifically designed for Cincinnati public schools and a few Cincinnati youth collaborative schools as well. But Cincinnati public school graduates receive $1,000 for tuition and $1,000 for books. And again, it's automatic, qualifying school, and the family must be Pell eligible.
And then to add to that, of course, she said Pell eligible, that means you need to fill out a FAFSA form. And I know a lot of questions come with that, especially if there are some challenges with the parents' citizenship or naturalization or permanent resident, all that kind of stuff. So we're here to help with those questions, whether you come to Cincinnati State or not. I mean, you can ask us and kind of see what that means or how you fill out a FAFSA form if a parent doesn't have a social and all of that good stuff. So you have to fill the FAFSA out for our Be Great grant. We need to see that you're eligible for the Pell Grant. We are never asking or requiring anyone to take a student loan. Like, you know, we want you to remain as debt-free as possible. And that is often a concern for a lot of people. So to keep that in mind, I also will say that our internal scholarship application for Cincinnati State is open right now. And so encouraging students who are considering Cincinnati State to go ahead and complete their admission application so we can get that profile set up for you and you can get into the student portal and fill out this application. The deadline is February 15th. So we're hoping that over Thanksgiving and Christmas break, maybe these students can feel a little more energized about their decision to attend school and fill out their FAFSA, fill out these scholarships, because deadlines are important. State-funded deadlines are early. They're March 1st for Ohio. You look and see what you need to do because the state has money they want to give, federally you want money, and then your school. So this is the time. I know you want to enjoy your senior year and maybe, you know, the sunshine of the spring and all of this stuff. But right now, the best Christmas present you can give yourself while you can't go anywhere is to fill all these things out ahead of time and beat the deadlines.
Yes, that is very, very true. Thank you for all of that information. I'm sure that's really helpful for them. What should students keep in mind when choosing between, you know, UC Blue Ash, or Cincinnati State?
Can I chime in before you, Sarah? Because I'm sure yours is way more important. The thing, the thing I see most often with the Be Great grant is because UC is a fine institution. They are partners, and they offer the Pride grant. So students want to be a Bearcat, and they say, well, I'll start off at UC Blue Ash. Maybe I didn't have the GPA to get into UC. So they go out to UC Blue Ash to follow that dream of being a Bearcat, which I get it and I understand. But the biggest thing I see is they get tired of the shuttle or the two shuttles, the transportation issues when we're right in their backyard. And then they come to Cincinnati State. Now they are disqualified for our Be Great grant because you cannot have institutional credits from another institution. You must come straight from high school to Cincinnati State to receive our Be Great grant. You cannot have credits from another institution. So that's the biggest hiccup I see. And then I'll let Sarah chime in because it breaks my heart because now they're ready to join our family and we want them, but they just disqualified for the Be Great grant.
Yes, I will just come. I'm an ex-banker, used to be a branch manager for Fifth Third Bank. And let me tell you, money, think and talk about your money. As a student, okay, now barring the scholarships that you get, but as a student, think deeply about going deeply into debt before you go deeply into debt. English 101 at Cincinnati State is the same English 101 at UC. It's the same English 101 as Cornell. It's the same English 101 as Harvard. Okay, those credits transfer. I had a student 2 semesters ago who pulled out his iPhone and showed me where he transferred his credits to Harvard. Okay, they take our credits. Okay, so there's some classes, there are even less classes that they take than say UC or Xavier or Miami or in those. So those colleges, those hometown colleges take more of our credits than say out of state colleges, but they do transfer. It's the same. It just is how much a student is willing to dig deep down and get all they can out of that college experience. And it's not just experiences, the college academics. We focus in on that. And especially now during the pandemic, okay, and Lord knows how long we're going to have it. Guess what? Their classroom looks identical to our classroom. Their classroom is on Zoom. So is our classroom. Okay. So this experience that you're willing to pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars more, make sure that it's there. And I'm not knocking 4 years. Okay. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking 4 years. I'm just saying, think about if you're going deeply into debt, think about what you're going deeply into debt for. So think about the money that you're going in there. And then think about all the things that, you know, our classes are geared towards making you ready for that job on day one. There are colleges, UC is an example, only 2 of their colleges, DAP and engineering, are the ones that require co-op. We require co-op of everyone, okay? Because not only does it put you in front of that employer who could be your future boss, but it gives you hands-on. So when you waltz in on your day after you graduate, on the first day, when you waltz in, you look at all the equipment you're supposed to be using, you know, because it's not just book learning. Okay, you've actually done it. And then all the contacts that you're using, it's not, I don't truly believe in everything of this quote, but it's not the quote that says it's not who you know, but it's not what you know, but it's who you know. There's a huge mountain of truth in there. I mean, you've got to know your stuff too, but it's also who you know, the contacts you make. So even if you never work for that company that you co-opt with, you now have contacts at this company. And so the new company is going to look at you and say, this person already has contacts within their industry. Why wouldn't I want them? Okay. And then those are people that could also write recommendation letters for you at the time that you're going to be applying for a new job. So yes, yes, yes.
Great, thank you. Those are all the questions I had. Do you guys have anything to add?
Reach out to us.
Oh, yes. So if they do want to contact you, what is the best way to get in contact with you guys?
Yes, one-on-one. For me, my cell phone number, I'm going to put it out there. Okay. It's 513-490-6110. And I'm not even going to repeat it again. Okay. Best way to reach me is email me. Okay. That way you can have your information in writing. And that is simply Sarah, SARAH, .legacy, LEGGESSE, at cincinnatistate.edu.
Great.
And for me, it's Tammy, TAMMIE.Larkins, LARKINS, at cincinnatistate.edu. And my cell phone number is 513-207-4497. We would love to hear from you guys.
And you can reach me through Sarah or Tammy.
That's great. Thank you guys again so much. I'm sure this will be amazingly helpful. Honestly, it was even helpful for me, already a college student. Thank you again for your time, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
You too, Noor.
Thank you.